Hey guys, SJ from No Limits here. Today I just want to talk to you about 5 reasons why you're probably not successful in building muscle and losing weight. Over the years, I've struggled myself during both my bulking and my cutting phases to, either lose weight, gain muscle, whatever. Why was that? Basically, I bought into the hype of the supplement companies, the mainstream media, all those things, the newspapers, magazines, and also most of the best-selling books on fitness and stuff are rubbish, guys. So, unfortunately, this is the way it is. You need to educate yourself. So, experience trumps empty words written on a page by someone who's probably never dieted, trained correctly before. So these 5 reasons that I'm gonna explain are from my experience. They're not things that I've read or picked up out of an article or another book. So, mistake number one, focusing on eating clean. So, you can eat as much clean food as you want, guys. First of all, there's no such thing as a clean food. Um, so, for example, vegetables and unprocessed meat. We'll call those clean foods just for an example. So you can eat if you eat too much vegetables and unprocessed meats, you're gonna gain weight, regardless of whether you're trying to cut or what you're doing, guys. So it comes down to quantity of food. The quality, I wouldn't say isn't important, but in terms of your body gaining mass, losing fat, it's a game of calories, guys. So focusing on eating clean will get you nowhere. So you need to understand macronutrients and calories and disregard the hype of clean eating. Okay, so that's number one. So number two is eating too much. So if you're struggling to lose weight and you're not calculating your calories, it's almost impossible unless you're starving yourself to reach your goals. Eating on instinct and attempting to judge the number of calories, unless you've been doing this for years in certain foods, is just a recipe for disaster. So the human body, just so you know, the human body doesn't like change. It wants to stay the same, current size, shape, body fat, conditioning, etc. So you'll either not lose weight at the rate you desire, or not lose weight at all, depending on how much you're overeating, or you'll put on excessive amounts of fat and minimal amounts of lean muscle if you're in a bulking phase. So the solution to that one, guys, is understanding and tracking your macronutrients again. So, all right, reason number three is you're eating too little and starving yourself. So starvation diets are very popular, particularly by women. By starvation, I mean eating between 30 and 50% less food, so less calories than your body requires to maintain its current conditioning. So basically, at the start, you drop a heap of weight. Yes, that's right. We're talking about weight though. So initial drop in calories. People normally drop their carbs first of all. When you drop carbs, you will lose a lot of water weight because water binds to carbs. So you'll be holding that. You'll be retaining a lot of water essentially. So when someone says, "Oh, on my first week of my diet, I lost 6 pounds or so," I can guarantee between 50 and 80% of that weight is just water weight, guys. So like I said, it binds to carbs. And yeah, next of all, with starving yourself, if muscle preservation is something you want to do, so if you're into building muscle and you want to keep as much muscle as possible while you lose weight, you're definitely going to lose a ton of muscle if you're starving yourself. It'll just get eaten up in your body's attempt to sort of fuel itself because it doesn't have that food coming in. So starvation diets, you're going to wear yourself out physically and mentally. You'll feel terrible, guys. So the solution is calculate your calories, understand that you should eat put yourself in no greater than 20% of a calorie deficit. That's sort of the sweet spot for staying sane while losing as much fat as possible and retaining that muscle, provided you're lifting heavy as well. All right, so our next one. So reason number 5, sort of similar. So you're dropping your carbs too low. So low carbohydrate diets are counterproductive, and they don't work like the mainstream media has led you to believe, guys. So when you reduce your carbs, muscle growth is minimized, and muscle growth is minimized when you're consuming fewer carbs. This is due to less glycogen being stored in your muscle bellies, which reduces both your endurance and strength of the muscle. So for example, when someone is following a low carb diet, quite often they'll have a refeed, which is when they, once a week, once every 2 weeks, depending on body fat, they'll consume a ton more carbs just to replenish those levels of glycogen. Because if you are staying low carb for too long, that glycogen just gets depleted and depleted. Your muscles start to look flat. You lose that strength. You lose that endurance. And yeah, so when your glycogen goes down and your strength and endurance goes down, you won't be able to progressively overload your muscles as you were before. So you won't be getting those increased, upping the weights all the time. You won't be getting those extra reps. And when you decrease the rate of progressive overload, guys, that results in a decrease in the rate or the maintenance of the muscle you already have. So the solution to this one, focus on a calorie deficit. Don't eliminate all your carbs. Just slowly taper them down as need be to hit your calories, your golden number. All right. So the last reason I'm going to discuss today is cheating too often. So when it comes to when I'm talking about cheat meals, I'm not talking about clean eating and that type of thing. So like I've said, it comes down to a game of calories and macronutrients. So there's no such thing as a cheat food. When I'm talking about cheating, I'm talking about going way over your calorie goal for the day. So if your goal is 2,500 calories and you've eaten 3,500 calories, you've obviously had a pretty big cheat day. So remember, it's not what you're eating, it's how much you're eating. So both, a bulking phase, so gaining mass, and fat loss, I recommend having no more, or basically one solid cheat meal per week. Which time, don't worry about your calories and macronutrients, just have a meal that you enjoy. So I'm not saying have a cheat day, I'm talking about one meal, guys. So have a break and enjoy yourself. It's a good psychological boost as well as replenishing the glycogen stores in terms of a refeed, like I said, which is most beneficial if you're in the single-digit body fat percentages, guys. So so basically solution, schedule in one solid cheat meal. If you do plan on having more cheat meals or you want to eat more, just don't blow out the number of calories being consumed, so you can save up your carbs and fats throughout the day. So if you're planning on having dessert at night or something, taper off your carbs in the morning and afternoon as well as your fats, and then you've sort of allowed that room for it. So basically, in conclusion, to build a good physique, you don't need to be a perfectionist. You don't need to do absolutely everything right. I just recommend, understanding eating. So there's no such thing as clean eating, understanding calories. And if you want to lose weight, put yourself in a 20% deficit. If you want to gain weight, put yourself in a 20% surplus. And also, so cheat meals once a week. If you do want to eat more, save up your proteins and carbs your carbs and fats so you can eat a cheat meal and not blow out over your calories. That's pretty much it, guys. So lift heavy, compounds, 4 to 6 rep range, bit of isolation on top of that if you like, and that's how you build a solid physique. No special supplements, nothing. Thanks for watching.